All right, Alycia, thanks for the time. It was nice to get to know you, to sit at your table at the Hall of Fame and get to meet your parents. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. It was a good night.
Yeah, what did you think of that? The whole Hall of Fame and being in the spotlight too.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised to be inducted for sure. It came as a surprise. I didn't know that the Hall of Fame was even existing. That wasn't the goal of coming to Framingham State, of course, but it was a good night to reflect just on
Yeah,
the experience that I had at FSU in athletics. It was a good experience to be with my parents and have them go down that
yeah.
memory lane as well. But overall, just a good chance to reflect on what a career it was, and think about the teams and the players I played with and the coaches that I had. That made the whole experience really valuable.
Is it hard, like even a year or two after you finish school, to reflect? Is it taking this much time to kind of go, oh wow, that was pretty cool?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's interesting because I stay in touch with both programs and just follow along and see where the teams go and how successful they are.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess it takes a bit of time to really let it sink in and see that different records or different accomplishments aren't being or aren't as, I guess, as common as what I thought. I guess in the moment was, oh, okay, like another Player of the Week award or whatnot. Like it just I guess in the moment it was just that was I was just trying to go out there and win for my team and
Right.
play hard, and week to week it wasn't about collecting accolades in any way, but it was just about day to day showing up for the team and playing hard.
Yeah, it's a great point because everyone that was up there, they did talk about the teams and the basketball guys, they have this niche, this group, and they talk about a specific team, not just so I can imagine if you had a great career, but it was a lot of 1 and 2 win seasons, that'd be hard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean that's what you take with you at the end of your experience, right? I
Yep,
mean, winning is fun, but the relationships that I had are what I hold on to after
definitely.
those 4 years at Framingham, and watching teammates become parents now and
Hmm.
the whole thing. So it's a really cool experience. And honestly, just because I was on both volleyball and basketball, it was an opportunity to kind of blend the teams.
Sure.
So that was probably my favorite part of my entire time there was the relationships that I built with the teammates and carrying that through and forward to life, and just knowing that in a way I kind of created some friendships between volleyball and basketball teammates that
Hmm.
they're still friends today too. So just the overall, you know, soft-sided part of that experience was the relationships for sure.
Did you ever have a teammate that was close to maybe playing, like, for instance, a volleyball player that was like, I think I could play basketball, and then a basketball player, I think
Yeah,
I could play
actually,
volleyball? Yeah.
yeah, we had a couple of those. Casey Derber and Mackenzie Webster were both that come to mind. I'm trying to think if there was any more, but I think one was a volleyball player with me first and then joined basketball, and the other was a basketball player that I convinced the following
Oh,
year to play
okay.
volleyball.
Look
So
at you, huh? Recruiting,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's you see skill on one court and you think it can translate. And once they mention that they already played high school or volleyball or basketball in high school, it's like, okay, well, you can do it at this level too.
Yeah, so it's interesting because now that I'm on the inside, like the coaches are all together all the time. I guess I did know that, but especially at Framingham State, like seeing Dick and Walter, like they interact every day. So I'm sure things cross. It's something I never thought of that, yeah, they might say, hey, she could play basketball or vice versa. So those conversations are probably always happening.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I came. That's actually the joke between those two guys is I came to Framingham State as a volleyball recruit. Walter was hired the year that I was starting there as a
Okay.
freshman. And I can't remember or recall how I actually brought it up to Walter or if Walter had gone to Coach Casale to discuss it. But that's kind of how I got scooped in under the basketball team. I was interested in playing before I even got there, but
Yeah.
we can't remember the chicken or the egg. What happened first? If
Okay.
Walter
Uh,
reached out to Casale, or I was able to get their attention first.
yeah, but that's it's so easy to rile those guys up. So I'm definitely I have to get them in the room and both say, Alicia told me it was all Dick just to
Right?
get Walter. But
Yeah,
those two
exactly.
guys are amazing. I mean, I know you never know what kind of coaches you're going to get, and the
Mhm.
infrastructure at Framingham with Tom and Carrie, but then to have those two as your coaches, I know that had to mean a lot.
Yeah, I mean, both of them can probably make comments about how intense and fierce, to your point, back on the Hall of Fame night, I
Yeah,
was as an athlete. But at the end of the day, we were a well-oiled machine. It felt like on both of those teams, and found a way to win games and work hard together. And basketball especially was a longer season. It was a long
sure.
time to be with the same amount of people and have personalities work well together for that amount of time. So just working through the highs and lows of each season. They were good leaders for both seasons.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought up the women's basketball because the schedule because a few years ago they went pretty far. And I was saying to myself, wow, they started, because I'm in there, they started practicing, well, it's right around now here,
Hmm.
right beginning in November. And that if you get to the NCAA tournament, I mean, that's a long 4 to 5 months. You don't think of it as that long, almost a half a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the biggest or the hardest piece of all that was going finally, surviving your finals in December and
Yes.
getting home for break and just having Christmas and maybe one day beyond that and then back to campus. And campus was
Yep.
completely a quiet campus and it was just the basketball or the winter athletes that were on
Right.
campus. So yeah, that I would say that was one of the hardest pieces is being ripped away from your holiday favorites at home
Yeah.
and going right back onto the court to get back in shape. Somehow it only took like a week to get out of basketball shape. So the days after Christmas break were always the hardest.
Yeah. So, I mean, conversely, though, it's probably better that you are back because it would be harder, right? If
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I swear it only took 1 or 2 days, a couple days off, and you were out of basketball shape already. It was that much of an intense,
Yeah.
rigorous
It's
way
crazy.
to stay in shape for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. Back to the Hall of Fame. h- Did you talk to any of the other people that were there, the inductees, and what did you think of their stories?
Yeah, I really only chatted with Malik,
Yeah,
and Malik and I shared time at Framingham State, and I think just overall it was just really interesting to see him again. And
yeah,
we were joking that the only way we stay connected is through social media. And I happen to know he had two beautiful babies and a beautiful wife, and like otherwise I would have never known that. So it was just kind of surreal to like see him again because you kind of part ways
yep,
in different chapters of life here, and you don't know if you're going to see him again. So just reconnecting and seeing catching up over what we've both been up to since Framingham State was really cool. But yeah, I didn't recognize or realize what level of football stats he had when
I
we
know.
were at Framingham together. So, just giving him his flowers on that level of just how amazing his career was really cool. But yeah, I actually didn't get a chance to talk to the others too closely.
Yeah, I have to do this third pot with Malik, but last week there was a running back. I don't know if you saw that have 500 yards rushing in one game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so but Malik's statistics are still unbelievable, but
Still, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just crazy to see that in the news.
Yep.
Finally, before we go, speaking like you're in the food business, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm currently in the food industry, background in food science, but I
Nice.
work for HB Hood now as a regulatory affairs specialist.
Awesome. Well, thanks for spending additional time. Congrats again on being a Hall of Famer and you've made the school so proud.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.